Well, hello there, motherfuckers. I'm back again with another stream, and this time I'm going to be playing Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. So the last stream, I decided to trade a game that I'm not that comfortable with and not very familiar with. And that was Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. Certainly a game I feel you should go check out that stream. Once again, I usually say this before I begin every video here on Twitch. Go check me out on YouTube. I have all my streams archived. It's on The Brad Rules. Just do youtube.com/The Brad Rules. You'll find it very easily. You'll have access to all my videos and all of my videos from the past before I even started live streaming here on Twitch, which is quite a plenty. And if you're watching this archived on YouTube, go follow me over on Twitch, which is The Brad Rules Live. So last time I totally got my ass beat in in War of the Gems. Speaking of that, we're gonna play this game. This is one of the most difficult games of the Super Nintendo, and this is a game that I actually got at the young age of 5 years old when I first got my Super Nintendo, and I've never beaten it. And you know, I'm familiar with it. I know how to get past the first few levels, but then after that, everything starts to fall apart. And I don't really feel too bad about that because this game is really difficult. Not only that, but you see how when you first turn the game on, it's on easy? That's the default. Like, I'm going to show you something right here. Hit select. You could change it to normal. You could do it to hard if you're a psychopath and you're, you know, a masochistic, a crazy person. You could do novice. But, you know, I could do that. I mean, you get a few more power-ups, but then you also do easy. I feel a little guilty about, when I used to play it as a kid, I used to put it on novice and still lose. But so easy. So here, we're going to start off on easy. And this is a really cool intro. The music also has really, the game has really good music. Very popular series. So this is actually incorporates certain elements of R-Type 2 from the arcades and a few. It has like 4 new levels. So you start off and you know, it just seems like a normal space shooter basically. Then they ramp up the difficulty. And there's also, guess what, no checkpoints in this game, which it is famous for, which is not something consistent with all the R-Type games. And you could also do this. You got this energy bar, which this is awesome. You just build it up, let loose, and just destroy everything. Trust me, it doesn't make the game that much easier because it's a tough one. One shot, and you're dead. And that means back to the beginning of the level. So if say you made it all the way to the boss, and you'll see that here in this stream, you'll make it all the way to the boss, and then you gotta start all the way over again. So I don't know why they chose to do that in this game. I guess they just felt like that was a smart decision. Make the game super hard, make it super difficult. I'm running out of room here. That's great. And also the game has tons of slowdown, but that actually makes the game a little bit easier. Alright, so you gotta do this. Oof, God. And these red balls of doom, they also can spell your doom. So we got no power-ups there. This boss, well, he's kind of hit and miss, but you'll see. Did you also know if you hold that down for too long, you could actually explode? Game is just out to get you, and always possible. Oh, shit. See, you see what he's doing? He's like filling up the whole field with this garbage, whatever it is. Also, I think he moves faster depending on what difficulty you put it on. Ooh. You... And there you go. Back to the beginning, just as I said. Now, you have unlimited continues, but... You know, that's basically like... I don't know what it's like. I don't really have a good comparison for that one at the moment. Especially when you have to concentrate so hard on what you're doing. Yeah, so as you can see, it's a tough game. And as many times as I've played it for so many years, it's just... Now, I haven't played it as much as some of my other games, like Super Mario All-Stars or Super Mario World, the games I could play with my eyes closed. And, you know, I know how to do certain games. Like you've seen, I've beaten Donkey Kong Country 3 on stream. I've beaten Earthworm Jim 2. I've proved myself a little bit. I've shown that, you know... Okay, well, now we gotta concentrate a little bit more. That was a stupid mistake. So, I'm not a bad gamer. I'm not a great one either. You know, obviously, you look at these people online and other live streams. Look at the speedrunners. I mean, I'm not a big fan of speedruns. I don't watch that stuff personally on YouTube or on Twitch, but like I said, I've told this story a few times. I will never forget when my cousin showed me a video back when they used to have to post them on E-Bombs World and stuff like that, and the video would have to go viral, you know, by the grace of God, because there was no YouTube, there was no Twitch, there was nothing. There was no, like, video streaming websites that were as big. So, you know, also, like, recording off the TV, recording video games wasn't as easy as it is now. Like, just capture cards and everything. You know, you had to get, like, a DVD player, or, I don't even know if it worked with a VCR back in the day. Anyone could fill me in on that, but, yeah, I'm not going to take as many chances this time going under here. First of all, you can't even do anything to that thing, really. You could just stop it from shooting red balls. Alright, so we got to get smarter here about this. Oof. See, like, you realize that if one of those red balls hits me, like, it's over and done with. Like, it's already a done deal. God, stressful game. See, I'm just kind of clearing things. That was close. This is also really good boss music. Like, I always thought it's kind of like almost a teasing kind of sound to it. There we go. Get the hell out of here, you damn eyeball. Alright, so I proved I'm not inept, right? So, I died like, what was it, twice there? But now the second level comes and... it's not really that difficult. The second level, but... I remember last time I played this, I had like trouble. The boss in this level is probably one of the most confusing things, because it's like, you don't know how to really attack them. It's like up for debate, like what's the right way of attacking the boss. That's never a good thing. See, lives are worthless here because it's like you have no checkpoints, unlimited continue, so why they put lives in it is beyond me. Like, to me that doesn't make any sense. Okay, this is a better weapon. See, also, once you get these add-ons here, Okay, these are bombs. This is also really helpful. So what I'm saying is, like, why do you need lives? Because if there's... think about it. If there's unlimited continues, and there's no checkpoints, and you get sent back to the beginning of the level, you know, after you die, well, what's the point of lives? You know, you ever think about that when playing this game? Anyone who's played it before? It's a weird programming choice. It's almost like, hey, we're gonna give you lives. Well, that's great, you know? If you're an idiot, you'll be appreciative. So, but it's an awesome game. Like, this is one game where I don't mind dying in it, and I don't really get upset about the checkpoints, because it's just good. It's a good-looking game. It's really fun to play. It's, you know, besides the slowdown, it's fast gameplay, lots of shooting, lots of interesting enemies. The bosses are big and intimidating. So these things just, like, commit suicide. Look at that, they just jump. Okay, I think I should have got that other power-up, but we'll see how I do. So, basically, the way how this works is you probably want to shoot the face first. These bombs, you want to be aiming it at the bottom part. But you're going to see why that's not so clear. Also, it doesn't even seem like most of the time you're hurting. See, like, okay, his face is, so, basically this is where you want to hit him. See, he's destroying the wall. That's also the other thing. Oh, do you see? This is like a room-filling boss. That's awesome. He's just a pain in the booty. God. So as far as I know, that is how you're supposed to approach that boss. Shoot his face, then shoot the thing when it opens up to shoot you. You know, the part at the bottom there. That's also the thing. You lose also. Not only did you start the level from the beginning, but you lose all of your power-ups. That's fantastic, right? So fair. You know when they say life is not fair? Well, Super R-Type is not fair, but it's still fun. See, that's when you know you got a good game on your hands. Even though it's got a big-time flaw that makes it super frustrating, it's fun frustrating, and, like, you're going to want to do multiple attempts, because it's that fun. It's not like something where you're going to want to put it down and just say, oh, this game stinks. Kind of like how it is with Marvel Superheroes. Like, it's a cool idea. I want to keep trying because it's fun and it's got good gameplay and the controls seem good. Graphics are good. But, like, I gotta question the way how they made the health system in that game. Like, that was careless. For anyone who didn't watch it, see, look, I got a game over, so I lost my lives. But I could just easily start from the same place. The only consequence of losing lives, really, is just having to stare at that game over screen and having to press yes every single time. I just love that, like, you know, it's a space shooter, so most of the time it is like a one-hit death. But I'm saying it's like, this ship is so, like, powerful. It could, like, mow down a whole armada of enemies. But, like, a little touch on the wall and the ship explodes into a million pieces. Like, it's like they put everything into the, you know, the weapon systems and everything. Well, it's not even really the weapon systems. Because you have to get this thing to really upgrade anything. But, like, the defense is, like, there's, like, no armor on the ship at all. There's no armor. Because it's not even like it's It's weak armor. It's because there's nothing. It's like the ship is made out of paper. It rubs up against a wall. It's like, oh, well, the ship's got to blow up now because the ship just can't take that, you know, grazing a wall. That would be like the Millennium Falcon. Imagine if it just grazed up against the TIE Fighter or a wall of the Death Star and it just blew up. Imagine that, and then the movie just ends. Imagine if the first Star Wars movie just ended. Imagine if, like, you know, Han was just a greedy bastard and he didn't come back for Luke. Darth Vader would have just blew him up. That's the end of the movie, kiddies. Well, what? Did you expect a happy ending just because it's based on a serial? And in movie serials, you know, the good guy usually wins? No. That's it. Imagine George Lucas. He would have went down as the biggest asshole in Hollywood history. Just an interesting thought. I don't know. While we're on the topic of space and space shooters. That would have been interesting. Like, I wonder why there hasn't really been a Star Wars space shooter like 2D in this style. It's always from the back. So we're gonna see. This is the item I was talking about. All I call this is the lines. It's like laser beams, but I call it the lines because they're so thin. It's the lines power up as far as I know. So destroy the face. I don't know. I feel like this kind of makes it. See, because it hits that part, the lower part, and the upper part. So. But it's also, I think, weaker than the rings, that ring laser that I had before. See, look. He was flashing a little bit there. I don't know if that's because I was hitting him. I can never remember. It's a weird boss. The rules on this boss are like, they're like unwritten. Anything goes in this fight. Like, I don't know, it's the face, it's that. Just hit whatever you want. So, this, the wall breaks apart. You didn't get to see this last time. Whoa. See, his face is not blowing up. See, it's really about that lower part there. As long as that part gets hit. And you notice these little balls keep getting closer and closer. Well... See, I really don't know what good destroying his face does. Oh god. This thing keeps getting closer and closer. See, I've got the bombs and I've got this, so... Okay, I should have moved in a little bit closer there, but I don't know. I should be doing more charge beam attacks at it, but... You see how difficult that boss could be. I've beaten him many times, but like he's a wild card boss. Sometimes I could beat him in one shot. Sometimes it's like this. He just speed. See what I mean? Like how many times we got to go through this? The slowdown. There's really like no joke. I wasn't kidding before. Like this game is well known for its slowdown. Like, I don't even know how it really made past testing like this, but like, I guess they just couldn't figure out. Okay, wow. I mean, sometimes that happens. Those ships just come up and they just surprise you. Also, I'm rushing because I like want to get back to the boss again. That's the thing. I feel like maybe they might have did that on purpose. Because I don't know if it can't be a memory thing that there was no checkpoints, right? It's like, the game looks good, but it's not really pushing the hardware. Unless the developers just couldn't figure out how to push the hardware to the limit. Like, because this is an early game. I think it's 91. I feel like it's kind of like they wanted to give you that feeling. Like, oh yeah, you want another shot at the boss? Well, you're going to have to slog all the way back to him. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice sentiment? Like I would break down the psychology of the game and tell you exactly what the developers were thinking. Yeah, they were probably just like, and I'm giving them this whole explanation. It's a psychological thing of how you need to really strive to get to where you're going. I don't really think it's all that, but it's definitely an interesting idea to say the least. To think that there was some psychology behind it. Perhaps they had an idea of some sort. Well, let's check the chat. Anybody here? Anybody watching? Mr. Science, just watch a review on AEW. Pretty cool. How'd you get these games? How'd I get these games? I actually own a lot of these games on Super Nintendo, but then, you know, I had to rebuy a lot of them. This particular one was off of eBay. And AEW, yeah, that was a pile of garbage. So anyone who's watching me on Twitch for the first time needs to know that I, not so much anymore. You know, I stopped doing Raw and SmackDown reviews, but I'm a wrestling reviewer on YouTube over on the Brad Rules, and, well, I decided to watch AEW because everyone was hyping it up, and I figured, you know what? What a better way to interact with my audience than to watch it, because that's what I did it more for. I did it more for YouTube. I don't really care. I'm disinterested in wrestling right now. And AEW, the pay-per-view it wasn't a horrible pay-per-view, but it definitely showed that people need to take 2 steps back and think about what they're saying. That show, which was AEW All Out, which was on last night, was nothing special. It was pretty cringy at times. They also didn't have a lot of big stars on that show. And not only that, it wasn't a good show. It wasn't entertaining for me to watch. I wasn't really having a good time watching it. It was just a waste of time, really. The fans with their double standards and everything just... You know, they did stuff like give Jericho the belt on that show, but, you know, when they put the belt on Brock Lesnar, that's unacceptable. He's a part-timer. Now, granted, Jericho's probably going to be on most of the shows, and even when he was in WWE as a part-timer, he would usually stay there consistently. But, aside from that, you know, they gave him the world title. Anyway, let's concentrate here. So, like I said, it's not really a sure thing how you beat this boss. Whoa, okay. I haven't even destroyed his face yet. With the lower part of his body. See, look how, like, claustrophobic this fight is. You gotta be... See, that was the thing. I gotta, like, be over here. Oh, God. I don't know. See, I'm hitting it with the bombs. I don't know how much success I'm having here, though. Like, look how close I am here. Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's not, like, really the right strategy. So basically, I think I'm better off having the rings power up. It's almost a sure thing. Like, hitting those bombs down there into the lower part of his body is not really working out the way it's supposed to. God. There's nothing like making it to the end of a level, or almost being at the end, at the boss, and then you just die like 2 seconds into the stage. Wow. See what I mean? One of those fatal red dots of doom. Like, it's the Super Nintendo. See, that's one thing I gotta say, like, the dots. Like, this is something you would see out of, like, out of Atari, really. Or the NES, you know. Well, no, because if it was a tar, there wouldn't be any, like, circles, right? Because they couldn't do a clean circle. It was always, like, a dash. Like, even when they did Pac-Man. But, you know, these little red dots are, like, deadly. They're lethal weapons of mass destruction that can blow up a whole ship. But then again, grazing a wall can also blow up your ship. Oh, shit. See, that guy sometimes gets me. He's like the troll ship. He just, like, comes up out of nowhere. See, interesting about the control scheme of this game, you could fire with any button, but you could only charge with the B button, which is weird. See, at least though, if it with the Y button, you could hold it down and you could just keep firing. Okay, what did I just do? Why don't I have my power? Oh god, did I mess up? Do I not have my power up? Alright, I'm gonna have to get it right now. Oh, wow. Why am I having so many problems at this part all of a sudden? See, that's the only thing I kind of am noticing a little bit more now that I'm actually talking about it on the stream. I never noticed before. The thing is, with the slowdown, is it makes it easier to avoid enemy fire and enemies themselves, but you also, it messes up your charge, and it makes that go slower too. But somehow the enemies still seem faster than the charge. So, I don't know, really. It's interesting how you have to work your way around the game's flaws. I'm just trying to get my way back to the boss. I just want another shot at him. See, okay, I'm gonna stick with this weapon because I feel it's also more accurate. And as you saw, I was able to really destroy the face of that enemy. See, but I know for a fact that you don't have to destroy his face because the main object of that boss room is to be shooting the lower part of him. Alright, so I'm going to avoid that this time because that's the line power up. Alright, so Fire 1. Oh, wow. See, that's the attack that you take away by destroying his face. I think it... Oh my god. So you don't have to destroy his face, but I would recommend it, because that attack is... annoying, lethal, all of the above. Alright, thanks for waiting, guys. My dad just needed to ask me something real quick, but I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream real quick because I'm about to head out, so probably just end things right here because I'm not gonna have enough time really to get to the boss. So I'll probably do another part of this tonight. Yeah, so let me I'm gonna pick this up a little bit later on tonight, yeah, we'll finish this up later on. I'll see if I can get past the boss. But well, hello there, motherfuckers, and I'm back with part 2 of the Super R-Type stream. So I'm picking up right where I left off, the second level of R-Type. And we were having a pretty big problem with the boss last time. Okay. Well, as I explained the first stream, it doesn't really matter how many lives you have, because you get unlimited continues, and it's a little bit of a weird choice in a way, because there's no checkpoints in this game, so it doesn't even matter. So anyway, go back and watch the first part of the stream if you haven't. Okay, I need to focus here. I keep on dying. So I've gotten to the boss a couple of times already. This is a game I was never able to beat. And I really doubt that I'm going to beat it on the stream, but I figured I'd show it to everybody because it is truly one of my favorite games for the Super Nintendo. I missed the power-up before. Oh, shit. So the thing is, as I explained the first game, this is extremely difficult. This is not a really hard level. It's really just the boss. There's nothing too tricky about it. I fall for the... Even though I know how to get around all these enemies and stuff, it's funny, like, even years later, I still fall for the same traps. It's still a very well-designed game, but it's still tricky. Okay, so we have to really eliminate all of these ships. Oh, God. God, I always fall for that guy. That he just pops out of nowhere. That's obviously why it's there, because it's meant to fool you. Alright, we're not missing the power-up this time. We're gonna do it right, and we're getting to the boss this time. No more losing to just regular enemy ships. You know what I also feel like playing tonight is also Wario Land. I never really went back to that. It's been about like a week or so since I last streamed that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take the time here to once again plug the YouTube channel, The Brad Rules. YouTube.com/TheBradRules, which I've been on there for about 10 years already. Over 10 years of content on there. Not everything from 2009 is still on there. You know, I was still trying to find myself on the, and you'll see that. Go back and watch my first video and watch how I evolved, like, personality-wise and, like, comfort in front of the camera. Anyway, if you're watching this archive on YouTube, what you want to do is go to my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/TheBradRulesLive, so you can watch all of these streams live when they're actually happening. And there's no one in the chat right now, but when there is a chat, I do talk to people. So luckily a few people from my YouTube have come over to join me here on Twitch. People were asking me to live stream for quite a while, not in large numbers really, because the video game content has always had a place on the channel, but was never the main focus. Obviously, for a while it was wrestling predominantly, but since I've really fallen out of love with it, but I still do a decent amount of wrestling content on there, just not reviews anymore so much. But I did do a review of AEW All Out, so anyone interested, please check that out on the YouTube channel. Like I said, the reviews, you know, if you take things really seriously, you're not going to enjoy them. Because I can't take wrestling seriously anymore. Not like it was something that was really ever meant to be taken seriously, but, you know, it's something that I was passionate about. I still am about the classic stuff, but it's just the current product and, you know, the way how they're going about the show. So I made a decision to not watch it anymore, but once in a while I will watch certain shows. I haven't completely abandoned that demographic of my audience, though some people have accused me of it on YouTube. People have brought that to my attention. They've sent me some interesting videos of some interesting individuals where I won't really mention their names, but it is quite humorous to me. But it also makes me feel good because it shows that I have left an undeniable mark on YouTube in some way, shape, or form. Which, I mean, I have no bones about admitting that, you know, I'm small fish on YouTube, really. I mean, my highest viewed video is 36,000 views, so it's like, you know, there's many people who have less subscribers than me, and they have more views than that. But I guess I should be proud because I have more lifetime views, better watch time than probably all those people put together. So it's, well, I'm happy with the amount of attention I've gotten on YouTube. I hope I get the same level of attention here on Twitch. That would be nice. Something to aspire to. So I really didn't want this weapon, but here we go. So what I want to do is destroy the face. So, see, okay, I've beaten him with this weapon before, but I'm never sure, like, he doesn't really seem to react too much to damage. He's flashing. Okay. Well, let's just hope that this is working. So the lines are just bouncing all over the... Oh God, that was just a straight shot. So once again, as I said from the beginning, there's no checkpoint. So we gotta go all the way back to the beginning. Which is an interesting design choice, to put it mildly. Like I said, I was trying to figure it out, like, why they would make that decision. No, I don't know why. Like, why would they punish you by going back to it? And like I said, that would be understandable if it was like an NES games, but even NES games had checkpoints. So I have to believe that it was due to the difficulty, you know, that they wanted to just up it. Which is really confusing because all the R-types have been known for their excessive difficulty. Like I said, but they're fun, they're good-looking games, with good gameplay, good controls. And really, like, it, for the most part, it is pretty fair because... well, some parts anyway. I don't want to get too carried away and say it's completely fair and it's all your fault, because sometimes you're going to see, like, the level after this, things really get, like, ridiculous, and there's, like, going to be stuff all over the screen. Not like there's not stuff all over the screen, but you see, like, it's taking me a while to get up to the enemies, so it's, like, it's still pretty chilled out. It's not like, things are really going like crazy. Oh, let me adjust the camera a little bit here. I feel like I'm a little out of frame. That's better. Okay. So this weapon, like I said, I think I want the lines because this just doesn't do enough in the room, I think. So I'm going to go with the lines again. Even though I said in the first room I was going to stay away from them, I think all the times I beat him, I've had that weapon. It's very weird. It's like, it's not a sure thing like how to beat him. Alright, so here we are back at the boss room again, so let's see what we can do. So the first stream is kind of short, so I don't know if I'm going to try to, like, maybe put that one together with this one. I might do that. I had to go out for dinner with the family, so I didn't really have a lot of time to play the first part. Oh, okay. So, good. The face is destroyed, so that gets rid of that beam attack, which killed me last time. Okay, so the wall's been destroyed. Oh, where was I going there? I just kept going backwards. Anyone in the chat? Hey, bro. Oh, Peter McPeteface. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. So just playing a little Super R-Type here, and, you know, not doing too good. Just, dying constantly. But, you know, I'm trying to find my groove here. I don't know, I kind of feel like certain people probably rage quitted this game over the years, like, because of the no checkpoint thing. I mean, I have read some reviews. It is a deal breaker for a lot of people, but it's like, I don't know. There's certain games that, oh my god. Just when I was about to say something nice about this game. I was just about to say something nice about you, Super R-Type, and then you had to go and blow me up. What I was going to say is that it's really a testament where a game could have a very annoying feature like that. But then again, like, you kind of think about it, the levels are not that long. Like, you saw how quickly I got up to the boss. Like, I've been in that boss room twice. The stream has only been going on for 3 minutes, and the first couple of minutes I was just basically talking. So it's not really that bad. If you can get through a level in 5 minutes, it's just some of the later levels you're gonna want checkpoints. But I think like all the levels are kind of basically the same size and length. I always forget how many of those ships pop up, which is why sometimes I do die. Like, I am practiced with this game. Like, you can see that I could get through this, but I forget things because I don't play it constantly. God, like, I'll tell you something, I could never be a speedrunner. To think that, like, there's probably someone who's... I mean, I don't really see how you could really speedrun this game. I mean, because, you know, the screen moves with you, it's a shooter, but... I mean, it would be a matter of not dying. Okay, so, yeah, there's that. And let's keep in mind, folks, this is on easy. There's still normal and hard. Could you imagine playing this game on those difficulty settings? Oh, let me see. What do you think about this Joker film? You looking forward to see it, or are you not interested? I'm actually really looking forward to it quite a bit. I'm a Joaquin Phoenix fan. I mean, he's an amazing actor. The film looks great. I haven't gone back and on my YouTube yet and review the trailer, but I should actually probably do that. There's a few things actually that I want to do on the YouTube channel. I want to review the Rocco's Modern Life Static Cling special that they have on there, because I actually have quite a bit to say about that one. I was talking about that before. But yeah, the Joker, it seems like a really good, like, psychological... Like, I wasn't feeling the look at first, but I guess they want to make it look more realistic. I mean, I really don't, like, want to keep using that term for, like, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy, realistic, but I don't know, but whatever you want to say, I think it's going to be good. I'm not crazy about the look in the film, because I just like comic book style Joker, but I am looking forward to it. It's like, I will see that movie. That is a sure thing. It looks good. It looks like it's going to be exciting. I like that people are complaining about it. They're, you know, saying ridiculous things, like making it controversial. So I like that. Like, there's a lot of controversy already surrounding it. You know, journalists are hating on it and stuff like that. They're saying it's going to make people violent and all this nonsense. So that alone warrants the price of admission, because it makes it historic. It makes it mean something in the cultural sense. And, you know, I like that about it. It's going to be like one of those films that's going to have an effect on people, an effect on the culture. And it really is still like a superhero movie. You know, even though it's about a super villain, it's going to be good. There, I did it. See, okay, so that's basically what it is. That's the weapon you want to have. You want to have the bombs, you want to have the lines, you want to have that. So, thank God, because I was getting sick of, like, streaming that one level over and over. So here we are. We're on to the third level. The music is really relaxed. This is the part I was talking about. Look how... Okay, it's not as evident here because I'm starting with a power-up. Oh my god, look. But even still, look at how these things are going all over the place. Like, I don't know if they're ships or they're, like, little aliens. It's kind of hard to even tell. This is where things start to get really hard, because you're going to see in a moment why that is. Okay, so I got this. This thing travels along the ground and the... Okay. So, now you're going to see what it means to not have a power-up in this part. Look at this. Look how I have to stay on the absolute edge of the screen. these things are like kamikazes, and they're just all over the damn place. So this is what you want. You want the speed right away to move a little quicker. This level gets bananas, like, real quick. So now we're back to square one. Got to build up. So, if you're a first-time player, there's no way you know that's going to come from the left side of the screen, because I was just on the left side of the screen here the whole time. And you got to move to the right. Okay, so this is where it starts to get a little bit trial and error-y. And well, anyway, let's go back to talking about the Joker movie. I just missed the power up there, so I'm in big trouble. Anyway, it's going to be a good movie. I'll be very surprised if I end up being disappointed by that one. Like I said, I am really liking the direction more of, like, I have liked DC. I enjoyed Aquaman. Aquaman was a great movie. I did a review on it. Check it out on my YouTube. I go over the film, what I liked. Jason Momoa had a great performance. It was a good adventure. They did a good job explaining Aquaman's origins. It was an interesting story. And this is going to be no different. I mean, we're gonna have quite a bit of a story to tell in this movie, and they're like, it looks like more than anything, this is going to be one of the best storytellings in like a superhero type of movie. And we haven't had a lot of anti-hero like movies. I mean, that was the point of the Suicide Squad. Now, like I said, I don't hate the Suicide Squad. Was it perfect? No, but it got a lot of hate. But it was, in a way, sort of a first of its kind. There wasn't really that many like antagonists as protagonists type of movies. Anti-heroes. They don't really do it that much. So, you know, it was... Oh, God, I still fell for the same trick. So, in that itself, I have to, you know, I gave it a break. You could also watch as I reviewed that movie. There were some good performances in it. Will Smith, Margaret Robbie did a good job as Harley Quinn. So there's supposed to be a second Suicide Squad movie, so I don't know if they're putting that one on hold, because now Jared Leto is not the Joker anymore. And I will say this, Jared Leto did not do a bad job as the Joker. He was adequate. It's just, you know, I compare him to the holy Jack Nicholson, and and it pales in comparison, but it was by no means a bad performance. Some people seem to think so, but I don't think that it was really bad. It's just you compare him to some of the you know, compare him to Heath Ledger, compare him to Mark Hamill, you know, and I was even saying, like, even in my first trailer review, like, the movie, I think I was giving it some shit, really, from what I remember with the teaser trailer, but the more I see of it, and the more I hear about it, the more I like it. So I don't think I was too great. I said, like, how many different Jokers are there going to be? There's been, you know, think about it, just how many Jokers there's been. Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, you know, Mark Hamill, Jared Leto, it goes on and on. I mean, like, when you think about it over the years, I mean, you know, Batman was 89, so it's not really, like, a crazy amount of Jokers. It's just, you know, it is quite a few over the time. No one can be a character forever. I get that. Man, I will tell you, there are so many superhero movies. I mean, they're what make money. I get it, you know. But I don't agree with everyone when they say like, "Oh, DC is so far behind." When it comes to movies, because there's been a lot of bad Marvel movies. Really, like, it's just people just say that they're good when they're really not. But I mean, you know, to each his own. If you enjoy those movies, if you get excited when they come out and when you watch them, that's your thing. I mean, that's your business, but. I don't think all of them are really that great. It's not like Marvel's just so much... Oh god. Oh, I thought I was gonna just die there. Like, okay, so this is where things get a little bit tricky. Because you're gonna see in a moment where these sperms, or whatever the hell they are, just come out of nowhere. Things get a little wacky, to say the least. Oh. See what I mean? Things just get a little bit out of hand. This is where the lack of checkpoints is really felt. How would you like to do this 1,000 times in a row? You'd probably end up as the Joker, do the madness. I mean, like, being honest here. That's why I haven't played this game in a few months, because this is actually where I had gotten stuck. Like, in that section over there. I don't know, I think I might give this a few more tries, and I'll probably stream something else after this, because, like, I don't know. I just don't see myself beating it. And and the thing is, I also don't feel like... See, that's the thing, if I play a game I'm not that good at, I'm going to... You know, you guys might be enjoying seeing me make the attempts, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's boring content to see me playing the same level over and over and constantly failing at it. So, you know, with the Donkey Kong Country ones and, you know, Beautiful Joe and the Earthworm Jim, like, you know, you saw, like, kind of with Earthworm Jim, I really know what I'm doing. I've beaten it so many times. I'm like, I can strategize. This game is, like, really just very hard. And since I've never beaten it, I don't really know the best strategies. I mean, I don't even really know, like, what. Like, because you're just basically shooting. You just need to know where to go. You know, people have beaten it. I've seen Mike Matei. I've watched his live stream where he's beaten the game. It took him quite a few attempts, but he managed to do it. That's so cheap how the thing just falls down. Like, are you serious? Okay, a few more tries here, and then we're just gonna say goodbye to this game, because it's starting to anger me a little bit. Oh, God. Yeah, before we played Marvel vs. Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, and I made even less progress in it. That game is so hard. Seriously, go watch a stream of it. I guarantee you I was not playing bad on purpose. I just either really suck at that game, or it really is just extremely hard. Like, I feel like if you could beat one of those levels, you're like a true champion. That reminds me as a kid, I don't know how I would do in it now if I played it, like Arcade's Revenge, the Spider-Man X-Men game. I remember that game being really hard too, like with a lot of cheapness. There is a lot of cheapness in that game, but the biggest problem with War of the Gems is that they just don't give you enough health to begin with, and they don't give you any health power-ups. I only recall, like, getting health once in there, and that was, like, I don't even know if it was midway through the level, because I have no way of knowing. That game is, like, so, impossible, it seems. Like I said, you won't be seeing that game on stream again until I could play it off stream and get good at it and, like, show you some other things. I mean, is that all there is? There's just 4 levels in the game and they're just all super hard. Like I said, I really like it because of the heroes are just awesome. I mean, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, 5 iconic heroes. They were all good picks. And the only other person I would have really liked to see in there is probably Thor. But, like, you can see why they picked all of those characters. So, yeah, I mean, really, not, like, Thor so much, because these are, like, all, like, characters that, like, everyone loves, you know? Like, you don't see the whole X-Men in there. It's just, it's Wolverine, because they know, like, that's the one that everybody would want. So they did a really smart job, Capcom, picking that up. And, yeah, I mean, I recommend that you play it. It's just, before you spend money on it, or, like, you know, do whatever you're gonna do, like, download the ROM of it, it's just, it's a tough one. And, you know, you're gonna need to really practice with it. Unless, I don't know, unless I'm just really horrible at it. And I really am just... Wow, I just died in the same way there. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. This is gonna be the last try. And if I die, I'm going to switch out for another game. Because this is just... Like... I haven't played in a little bit, you know, so I'm just out of practice here. And also, remember, I'm on stream. I'm more distracted while talking, you know, because I can't just stay silent during the whole thing, so that's also going to really affect my performance as well. But, you know, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. It's a stream of me just showing you how bad I am at the game. And I mean, streams are about having fun, but, you know, like, I want a little bit of visual variety here. You're just looking at the same level over and over as I just keep failing at it. I'm sure someone will look at this and be like, wow, he's just really bad at this game. Okay, wow, that just broke in the nick of time. Okay, I'm not messing up here. Okay, that slug is like, oh my god. Oh god, this stuff is all over the place. Holy mackerel, you see that garbage? No. Alright, guys, hold on one second. We're gonna be... Watch this. You hit no, you just destroy the ship. So, hold on, guys. I'm gonna switch out games here. If I play that for one more minute, I'm gonna end up losing my mind. And... You know, I don't want to do that. Alright, so we're gonna be playing this instead. Sorry. Wario. Okay, so I'm going back to this. So this is definitely going to be a little bit easier. Not as stressful. So for anyone who's, wondering about like what the game looks like for whatever reason, that's Super R-Type. Pretty awesome artwork there. But it's a tough game, and I'm getting kind of frustrated with it. The music is getting a bit repetitive. Well, yeah, I mean, that's why it's like, so it was just getting over and over. That's the thing, and the track repeats when you lose, so it's like, you go crazy, you end up like the Joker, basically, right? So this is where I was at last time, the SST Cup, so we're going to be doing this. Oh, God, I always forget I have to switch the controls, because the controls on Super Game Boy, they flip it for some reason. Well, I mean, they're just the way how they would be on the Game Boy, but they don't work. God, this is a great game. Oh, okay, I didn't want to do that, but now you want to talk about a good soundtrack, though, Peter. This is where it's at. This is great music for this game. I mean, I play this in the background of my YouTube videos. Not this particular song, but this soundtrack. It's appeared. The boss music. Get out of here. Like, oh, there's a secret up here. I don't get it. Like, what's up here? Oh. The secrets are really cool in this game. You gotta be like... It really rewards your curiosity. Like, what the f... Oh, whoa, okay. I still remember playing this game as a kid. Oh, no. See, the thing is, you can't break this stuff as little Wario. That's probably why they put that guy with the spear there to deter you. Oh, shit. Okay, well, anyway, we'll come back there with the power-up, and we'll be able to get through there. I hate when that happens. You get to an area that you can't access because of that. Because of the size. Like, like I was saying, it really rewards you for exploration. That's why I like this game so much. It feels like a real, like, treasure hunter. Even though it's not really, like, so in depth, like, it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot of replay value to it. Keeps you coming back. Okay, good. So now we can access over here. Blow all this away. I don't know where the key is. Like, I don't remember that. Oh, there it is. I think. Like, you gotta love that. There's so many different layers to this game. Like, the way how they set up the puzzles and everything. Just really well designed. And this is Game Boy, keep in mind. Oh, so I got... Look at that. I got 1/3 of the treasures. Alright, so... Is there anything over here that I need to know about? Probably not. Like, this is a whole other optional section that they designed just for the secret. See, that's one of the things from, remember from 6 golden coins from Super Mario Land 2? Still would love to know what that is. I don't know, it's like some weird fly with a beard. Okay, well, that level really was pretty short. It's more like, that one's about the secret, and if you're not gonna bother with the secret, it's really just a short one. And see, as you progress through the levels, I noticed, like, at the end, when he runs around those 2 mini-games, he does it faster for some reason. I never understood, like, why that was. That's it, like, Wario's way of saying, let's get this game over with. Listen to this. I love that. I'm sorry, I love the soundtrack to this game. It's just a really infectious soundtrack, really. It's a weird enemy. It really is. I just really like the design of the Mario Land games. Like, they just good transition into the Wario games, you know? Like, you could just see, like, they were really just ready to do some wacky stuff. I don't know what that sound was. But they definitely did deliver on the goods. Like, you saw by the time they got around to 6 golden coins, they were like, yeah, we need to do something weird here. And someone brought up a good point, like, online. They said, like, the rules weren't really established at this time, because these are very early Mario games. Remember, this is still the early 90s. But, like, early to mid 90s, you know. Games like 93, 94, or something like that. See, normally if you had the bull horns, you'd hang on that thing. Oh, there's a big coin right there. Oh, I'm not wasting a coin on that. Like I said, every time you like go to a checkpoint or exit the level, for some reason they got this bright idea where you had to spend 10 coins. I don't know why they did that, especially when the ending counts on how many coins you have. Those things are so weird. I don't get those things that fly away, like what they're really supposed to be. I thought as a kid they were like kind of freaky. Like, what are they? You can't even beat them. That's the funny thing about them. See, you want to try to get as many extra lives as possible because, like, even though you don't lose your progress in the game, if you lose all your lives, but you'll lose one of the treasures, and then you have to go through the arduous task of remembering where they were. Where you found them at. And I don't want to do that. That's like how it is. And see, that's the way how it was in 6 Golden Coins as well. I remember when you would lose all your lives, you'd also lose all the coins, and you have to beat all the bosses again. That was even worse, because you had to, like, get them all back. At least you don't have to do that here. Let's see here. Looks like a Furo, doesn't it? Right? From Pokemon? Like... Did you see anything from that AEW show last night? Yes, I actually reviewed it on my YouTube channel, on the Brad Rules. I did. And, I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I just thought it was overhyped, like I was saying it was, and that wasn't a... I mean, I know a lot of people are probably going to say, well, I just went into it with a bad attitude, as I did. I'm not going to lie and say that I went into it with a good attitude, but I watched it, didn't I? Which means that, you know, and I'm not even regularly watching the product. So I didn't purposely watch it with the intent of hating it. I kind of wanted to say I was wrong, you know? I'd be happy to, like, why would I want something to be bad? Like, honestly, if it was a good alternative to WWE, I'd gladly say it. Because people make, like, you know, I think that nothing can be better than WWE, but I don't like WWE, so it doesn't make any sense to try to, like, illustrate me as some type of fanboy who won't accept any other type of product. No, it's not that. It's like, because I've been around. I've watched the alternatives. I've watched TNA. I've seen this all before. I've seen TNA come and I've seen TNA go. So, you know, I'm like, how honest would I be if I sat here knowing in my heart of hearts, in my mind, I've got the thought that this is not going to work. So if I come on YouTube and I act like What Culture and be like, AEW is going to be the next best thing, I mean, I just look like a goofball. Now, apparently a lot of people don't think that What Culture sounds like goofballs, but I think they sound like goofballs. I think they sound like big goofballs when they talk about this stuff. Like, they think, they know, like, what people want to see. I didn't see any of it. I'm kind of getting fed up with wrestling. Well, yeah, you're kind of in the same boat as me. It's like, hey, you know, that was the bread and butter of my channel, but it's like, I want to talk about other stuff. I've been meaning to talk about other stuff, because even taking an hour out of my time, like, look what I could do. Instead of watching YouTube and watching the highlights of Raw. What the hell is that sound? That's a weird sound. I've never heard that before. Instead, I could be streaming this. and enjoying myself and doing, you know, I couldn't do that otherwise. So, you know, like, people, like, I get it, they enjoy the reviews, but they want me to just sit there and, like, waste time, and it's boring to me, because I'll watch the review back, pieces of it, and I'll be like, I'm saying the same thing over and over, and I am looking like an idiot, you know, saying how bad it is, and here I am still watching the show. So, like, that's fine. Every once in a while there's a bad show and we could have a funny review and everything, but, like, I mean, that's the whole thing that the channel became. It's just a big, giant WWE bash fest. I mean, like, I'm sorry, you know, that type of content can be obtained from Bruce Blitz. That type of content can be obtained from JD from New York. You know, people who wanted to waste their lives watching terribleness. Like, and JD is always going to tell you what you want to hear. And apparently, that's what most people prefer. They want more positive content. Mine is more negative, because, you know, because even though JD, he will bash the WWE, he will put the talent over, and, you know, and he'll say, like, that these guys have, see, I don't feel that a lot of the guys do have potential. I feel like it's just a pretty bad roster. There is, I said, like, enough people on the roster where they could have a good show. But he just thinks it's, like, because they're just not having good matches enough. He doesn't believe in stories and psychology and characters. He still believes that, like, oh, because Shawn Spears wasn't pushed, that's why the product was bad. Like, oh yeah, that's what it's all about. Because Shawn Spears didn't get his push. That's why the show was bad. Of course it is. Like, it's not because the show is boring and uneventful and nothing ever happens on it. No, it's because all the high flyers are not getting pushed. All the guys that look like your next door neighbor are not getting pushed. That's the reason why it's a bad product. I mean, like, honestly, like, give me a break. I mean, if you believe that, then, oh god, why did I go through there? Now I gotta do this part over again. Like, if that's your bag and that's how you feel, and, you know, you want to sit in the echo chamber, it's like politics, then go watch that. Because, you know, with me, you're just gonna get the same thing. This show doesn't have any story. This show doesn't have any characters. The characters that are on the show are not treated well. Elias is not being treated well. I mean, they have Elias getting pinned by Drake Maverick. And not to say that Drake Maverick doesn't add to the show, because he does. Because you saw when I did the Raw reunion, I said my favorite stuff was the 24/7 title material. And meanwhile, people are saying that R-Truth is like a virus. And I'm like, but it's the most entertaining part of the show. So what I'm seeing is basically this. We all have different philosophies on wrestling, but most people seem to agree. Stories and characters are what gets over, because that's what the Attitude Era was about. That's why these knuckleheads don't get it, like What Culture. Oh, the matches, they didn't have as much. There was plenty of athleticism. You know, like, seriously, like, Mick Foley getting chucked off the top of a cage wasn't athletic enough for you? Like, okay, what more do you need? It's, you know, they just don't get it, basically. Oh, okay, this is not right. So, oh, what's them? You ever watch BC Amplify on YouTube? He talks wrestling and is very critical of it. BC Amplified. No, I can't say that I have. I don't know. BC Amplified. What is he all about? And they saw there was a little bit of a problem with the page. I don't know if I had to reload, but anyway, BC Amplified. No, I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of wrestling YouTubers. I never really did. I just watched my friends basically. You know, I watch a little bit of Zubair. I watch Wrestling Jesus. Because, you know, those guys are cool. I personally like them. I've talked to them and everything. And, you know, I mean, Zubair I've actually met in person. I met him at my former college when I was actually getting a copy of my my associate's degree. I ran into him, and Zubair is a really nice, cool guy, and he makes good videos. Oh god, the time limit. That's something that rarely happens. Okay, well, we gotta finish this level. I almost didn't even recognize that sound. I'm like, what's the ding-ding thing? Anyway. I feel like, you know, you've got Zubair. You've got Wrestling Jesus. And I'm still not going anywhere. I'm still making a little bit. Like, I gave you guys a 50-minute AEW All Out review. Pretty comprehensive, if I do say so myself. But, you know, I don't think we really need constant reviews that basically repeat themselves week after week. It's not really a necessity. So, I don't know. I don't know why people want me to still keep doing them. But yeah, like I said, there's plenty of other great YouTube channels out there that do wrestling content. Alright, so we're at the boss level. Listen to that. There's a Sega Mini coming out in October. Oh yeah, no, I'm well aware of it. I very well may pick one up. Because I have the Super Nintendo Classic and the NES Classic, which both of them I very much enjoy. Okay, I can't jump up with him. Oh shit! I knew that was coming. The PlayStation one I'll probably like never get, because like that's just, I'm not a big PlayStation fan, as I've expressed a number of times. It's like, it's just not a system that I like. I ended up selling my PS2. I probably would like it more now, because now I know what the good games are on there. But that man, they really messed up that PlayStation Classic big time, especially the fact that they made the games 50 FPS, which is strange, and they experienced lag due to that, because they chose to do the PAL versions. Like, how do you make that mistake? How does Sony make that mistake? The only way you can make a mistake like that is just by not caring, and you know, they don't have the quality assurance of a Nintendo. And that's what happens when you try to cash in. But it seems like Sega has got it together. But Sony's always, to me, has been more about the money. I know people accuse Nintendo of it, but Nintendo is like more about quality half the time. Most of the time, not half the time. I mean, people criticize them about their online services, but other than that, like, there's not really a lot to complain about with them when it comes to the quality of their games, because they always deliver, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so there is a key somewhere here. I don't know where it is. See, there's so many of these things. Oh, okay, good. So that's not extremely well hidden, but most people would probably just go right for the boss's door, and they wouldn't even waste time looking for keys. It's a golden football. Alright, so we've got a great deal of the treasures, so, you know. Alright, so let's just get to the end of this level. Plenty of hearts to go around. I think I probably want to hang on to the dragon hat. Is this the boss's door? Oh, okay. Maybe I do want this. Forget what isn't the boss like a bird or something? Yeah, it is. Oh. Ooh. This is not going my way. Basically, what you're supposed to do is pick up those birds and chuck it back at him, but having a little Wario here is not ideal. God, that was I don't know what happened there. I just I threw one at him. It didn't look like he reacted though. Huh, and there was no checkpoint either. Oh, what? Oh my god, come on. See, what do you think about the online Google Stadia things that's happened? I think it looks really uninteresting. First and foremost, because they don't have any exclusives really to speak of, at least that I know of. So to me, like, what's the point? You know, Google, I think more than Sony, wants to just cash in big time. They're all, let me tell you something, they're all boring me. Like, Microsoft and Sony and Google, they've got nothing. It's like, it's Nintendo's world right now. Like, the holiday season is upon us, and there's, like, nothing good planned. Besides a Gears 5, right? Besides that, like, what else is there? There's nothing. But with Nintendo, you've got Sword and Shield, you've got Dragon Warrior, you've got Link's Awakening, you've got all these big, gigantic games. They're gonna still be updating Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You've got all these games coming out for the system, and you know the other ones have like nothing. Like I keep saying, it's like Microsoft has Rare. You want to do something different? Do something with the Rare properties. Okay, we're getting Battletoads. That's great, but that's not even coming out this year. Like, how boring. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, there was so many good games for the Xbox One just a few years ago, but like recently, it's like, you know, what are we doing? Like, once in a while, there's a good game, like, you know, Red Dead Redemption 2, but other than that, like, there's nothing. So Stadia just looks like it's gonna be a bust. I think it's going to end up going down as one of the biggest busts of all time. I see that being a colossal, gigantic, monumental failure. It's probably going to end up being one of the biggest mistakes that Google has done. You know, everything attached to Google is like, you know, besides giving us YouTube, like, they're just, they make mistake after mistake after mistake, and then they're left scratching their heads, like, wondering why things are the way they are, and why people react to them the way that they do. So, I don't know. Stadia just looks like it's going to be a bust. So here, let's try this again. Oh, so you have to hit him in the head. Okay. Wow. Okay, so that made that battle 10 times easier. Got a lot of coins. Wow, 175 coins. Not bad, right? Stadia. Like, seriously, like, I think of, like, Link's Awakening that's coming out this month, and I'm just, like, laughing to myself, just saying, wow, I couldn't care any less about that piece of garbage system. The only other system that I really see where I can, like, where I'd really, like, kind of want to sink my teeth into it, really, that's going to be the Amico. Because I trust Tommy Tellerico is probably going to give us a pretty good system, and for me, anyway, it's got Earthworm Jim on it, so, like, that, you know, is going to be on my radar for sure. That's next year. You know, which next year is going to be here in just a few months, so I definitely have my ears up, waiting for announcements on that. I don't know, wasn't there supposed to be an announcement like a week ago or something with, like, features on certain games? I don't know if that ever happened. I gotta look it up. Damn, but, you know, the Amigo is a strange system. Because with all these major players, like, it's like, that's what I'm saying with Google. Even though, oh god, stupid little ghost thing got me. I'm kind of thinking, like, honestly to myself, like, even Google, the mighty powerhouse of Google, the billionaire company, I don't even think that they really stand a chance in this market, because it's like, it's just too oversaturated. You've had the same powerhouses for years. You know, it got to the point even where Sega had to bow out. You know, that would definitely be really interesting. Imagine if Sega just, out of the blue, just decided that they were going to make a system. Like, imagine that the Mini sells really well. And they just decide, hey, you know what? We should just, we should just, you know, we should go ahead and just make systems from now on. Because look how well this sold. I mean, they should, in all honesty, because, you know, really it seems like Microsoft is not doing great. I don't know how they're doing stock-wise, but every time I hear a story on them, it's always like something negative or... You know, I don't know. Microsoft just, they were lazy. They were on fire. I want to see the 360 Microsoft, like, the ones where they really gave a damn and they were beating Sony. Now they're getting beat pretty bad by Sony, and Sony's just looking bad. I mean, Nintendo is winning, and it's all because of the Switch and everything. Because the Switch just, it has just an awesome retro feel. There's all these games coming out for it. Third-party developers really seem to love the Switch, and, you know, you could say it's underpowered and everything like that, but hey, people like it, and it's working, and it's, you know, it's outselling a lot of past systems. I mean, it's a good console. And I know I talk a lot about it, but I haven't streamed anything off of it, but I have reviewed many games for it over on my YouTube channel, so there you go with that, so... So I haven't even talked about the game. I mean, I'm just kind of coasting along here. I think you guys could pretty much see what I'm doing here. I'm just going through these stages. It's just, you know, Nintendo has... I know there's people that like the Sony properties and everything. But they just don't seem to have that same level of, like, Nintendo where, you know... I don't know. Nintendo just makes things feel more fun. It's just the first-party titles and everything. Nintendo's history... I mean, Nintendo is video games. They feel more video gamey than Sony or Microsoft. It's just, you know... You could say what you want about, you know, Nintendo and everything like that. They're always underpowered, but look how they're underpowered now. And they still managed to come out on top. I mean, you know... You just can't deny it anymore. Nintendo is going in 2020 as the winners out of the big three. And it's like, it's funny, it's like, isn't it funny that like Google already lost before they even released the Stadia? That's why I didn't even do a video on it. It's like, I don't know, I probably should have. But no one even really asked me to comment on it, so it's like I kind of just didn't feel that motivated by it. You know, if people ask me for something, you know, that's what I always say, like, ask for it. I'll feel more motivated to make the video, because then I know that at least someone's gonna watch it. But if, oh, I should probably update the stream title. I didn't even do that. I don't think you could put, here, let me put this in the category here. Since I'm actually playing Wario. I don't know why Twitch doesn't allow you to enter 2 games at once, but I just updated. I just realized, like, oh, okay, people probably think I'm playing Super R-Type still, but I'm not playing that anymore. This is Wario. Oh, I like this. The train level. This is pretty cool. You get, like, this crazy circus music. Doot doot. And they give the effect like it's moving. It's pretty cool. Oh, there you go. Like, now it becomes an auto scroller. So they do a good job. Like, they give you a nice variety of scenery and things in this game. You know, I like 2, but 2 feels very different. And I saw that someone had commented on my YouTube channel, like, on my archive stream of this, saying, like, he only likes this Wario Land. None of the others. And I can kind of see where he's coming from, because, yeah, like, 2 did switch it up quite a bit. As I said, in the second one, you can't even die in it. They have different mechanics. It is a very, very different style of game. Even though they did still maintain the treasure hunting and everything like that, it feels different. There's no overworld map. They definitely change it up. Some of it, I don't really want to say for the better. Oh wait, I have to pause here because this is auto-scrolling. Maybe you should review more food after your Popeye chicken video the other day. You know, I would like it more if when I put that video out, if I at least got like 1,000 views. I'm gonna be quite honest, I thought that I was gonna get a little bit more. I mean, I know I'm probably getting more than most people. Like, Brad, why you complain? There's some people that can't even get a single view. But really, like, you know, it's hovering around, like, what is it, around the 600 mark? Maybe the 700 mark at this point. I might be being a little generous there. You know, I don't know. I feel like it's at the still at the pinnacle of the popularity of that, and you know, and then what YouTube does is then, you know, it got the yellow $ because I used a few bad words in it, but then there's like all these rumors that affects the performance of the video. But even when I don't get that, there's like videos that don't perform. Like, I just don't get why. It's the algorithm. It's everything. I don't know. Unless you know, I don't want to make all these excuses and say like why people are not watching it. I mean, maybe it's just not what people, but usually like when people comment and they haven't seen me before, it's usually like a very positive comment, which makes me feel good. So like with that in mind, I'm like, and then everyone's like, oh, you should have more subscribers. Yeah, it's like, okay, but where are they? You know, I've been waiting for quite some time for that time to come where, you know, all these great YouTubers like Boogie and you know, the rest of them, and the quartering, like all the big timers, you know, like why can't I get to that point ever? And the question is it like the production and everything? I mean, the microphone's good now, so like it's like, and the camera's decent. So like I don't know why. It's maybe I haven't had that video that really sparks people's interest. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I could do more of that. I do mean to do more of the food reviews. I started kind of doing it last year, then stopped. Because like I don't always like want to eat that type of stuff too, like all the time. So it's like, but I could do more of it. I definitely could. But the things like I'll be honest, like I eat kind of boring sometimes. Like even when I go to like a place like Wendy's, I'm getting the junior bacon cheeseburger, and no one wants to see a review of that. They probably want to see a review of the newest sandwich that they have, the crazy sandwich, you know. I don't want to have that all the time because some of those things are disgusting to me. Like I can't eat something like with a lot of cheese on it, and so it's like it gets boring. So when finally with this chicken sandwich, it's like plain. I kind of like that, so it made it easier for me to review. Or like, oh, all right, so this is something I can review. You know. And once again, when I do those types of videos, like, again, it's like, you know, then the view count is, like, all over the place. Oh, some people want to watch, some people don't. It's like, you know, I don't know what people want to see half the time. Because for a while, they were like, oh, why don't you do something other than wrestling? Well, I do other things than wrestling. And then people don't watch, or somehow people don't get it. People don't see the videos. And they can't watch them. It's like, and this is why I always say, like, people have to, you know, no offense to anybody, of course. Whatever I get, I always appreciate. But you guys gotta, like, stop relying so much on the notifications. I do this the same thing with the YouTubers I watch. Stop relying on the notifications and just go to the channel. Just do that. Because you're not going to get the notifications. That's been like, they messed that up big time. Your Walking Dead review were always interesting to me. You were the only person I could find who would talk sense about it. Yeah, I fell behind in the show. Not like I wasn't enjoying it, but it wasn't like, I don't know. I might go back to it one day, but that was also people really weren't watching that all the time. That was really like one of my least popular things, but at least you appreciated it. I liked it too. I'm actually happy that you did bring it up, that you did like it, because, you know, like I said, but it was one of those things, again, where people say, oh, talk about it, but I can't, like, get people to watch those things. I have to rely on them to click the video and all that. It's like, I really have to implore you guys, like, go to the channel, try to watch it if you can, because, like, YouTube is... especially for someone like me, they're not going to put the video out there. Like, I see people like, oh, I didn't know you reviewed this. Oh, when did you do this? You know, like, just right now, Peter, like, I don't know how, you know, how much you frequent YouTube, but, like, you mentioned the chicken sandwich. Like, you didn't, well, what was the thing that you mentioned, before? Was it the, you know, someone was mentioning, or like the other day, other people were saying it too. You know, like, you don't know about like the things that I've done because it's like, because YouTube doesn't tell you about it. And it's like really frustrating. It's because like I make sure I put these topics out there, but people don't know about it, and that's like heartbreaking. Like, oh, you should talk about that. I did talk about that. And that happens all the time. It's like, it's really confusing. It's like, why don't people just... And they do it even with the big YouTubers, too. Like, go to the channel. It's what I do. Like, I'll check out my subscription feed, but then, like, after a while, I'm like, oh, this person hasn't put something out in a while. I'm gonna go check their channel out. Like, I know it's not just me, but I think that's smart practice. Especially when we know what YouTube has done, you know. How many times do, like, YouTubers have to tell you to click the bell for notifications? Like, okay, listen, don't rely on the bell. Go to the channel. It's like, I just don't know how people could be like that. If you really enjoy YouTube, and you get most of your entertainment off of YouTube, then don't rely on YouTube to tell you. You know... Oh shit, wow. I don't know why I didn't think that thing was moving at first. Yeah, that was, that's how I feel about it, really. It's like, you know, just, go to the person's channel. You're a fan of them. Don't rely on someone to deliver the news to you that someone put out a video. Because there's a lot of people on there. And in all honesty, it's like you can't expect Google to always be on top of things like that. You know, there's a lot of people out there that they have to get to, and I get that. But, I mean, there is a fair amount of laziness as well, where they could manage this better. I mean, you know, the fact that the demonetization thing is like, I'm always having to submit videos to them for them to manually review. Like, there's nothing offensive in this video. I said the F word once, and like, oh my god, it's not advertiser friendly. And then they review it later, and then they say the thing, oh, we can't review videos that have less than 1,000 views in the past 7 days. But then they'll like send it back to me an hour later and be like, you know, oh, okay, we reviewed it anyway. Oh, well, that was nice of you. So not only is the message inaccurate, they it just shows, like, it's random. So then why allow the algorithm to watch out for these things? If it's proved unreliable and countless of people, thousands of people are making videos, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. They keep saying it over and over, and you keep relying on the same method of approach. It's insanity. It's, by the very definition, it is insanity to keep relying on something that's proven to be a disaster for so many people. It's led to channels just completely deteriorating. And people have put their blood, sweat, and tears. Like, guys, if you don't make videos, you don't know sometimes, like, how long it takes to put these things together, to edit them together, to process videos and all that. It's like, it's a process, and people don't seem to really understand this. Don't take your favorite content creator's work for granted, please, because I'll tell you something, everyone on YouTube works really hard, everyone on Twitch works really hard putting all this stuff together. I sit back sometimes and I watch like certain videos, like James Rolfe, the AVGN. The fact, like, he did that Chex video game review, and I'm just like flabbergasted by the amount of energy he put in, where they made the fake Chex box, you know, and made it fit the dimensions of the current cereal box. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, to put that much work into a video, I mean, they're madmen. Alright, so here we got another boss level. Yeah, that's why James Rolfe is always going to be my favorite. I mean, the amount of effort he puts in. And I was just watching a video the other day by a YouTuber that said, like, The guy has avoided controversy over the years. And when there has been controversy against him, it's quickly forgotten because the guy is... James Rolfe is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. Even when there was controversy surrounding him, he brushed it off. Like the Ghostbusters controversy. They talked about that. He didn't respond to any of it. People were hating on him. They were calling him sexist. And then all that stuff was quickly forgotten about because James, rose above it. He rose above all the hate, the malice. There's a 3-up right there. So, YouTubers should be more like James. I just saw this guy, Pro Jared. I've been hearing so much about him. Such a controversial figure. I didn't even know that he was a video game reviewer. And I just found that out the other day, and I thought that was like, oh, wow, okay. I'm actually going to watch some of his content and see if I like it. I've got a feeling like I'm probably not. I don't know how to feel about him. He's one of these YouTubers where he kind of like dug himself a hole. The only controversial YouTuber that I like really is Boogie2988 because I do genuinely like the guy. I made a video criticizing his fans, not really him. But, I really like his content. I always set time aside so I could watch Boogie's videos. I especially liked his, rambling videos. I liked, when he went back home. He went around, McJuggernuggets and the kid behind a camera. I don't like them. They're just a bunch of buffoons, really. I mean, kid behind a camera, that guy, he's like one of the most annoying YouTubers in my opinion. Like, I started watching him when he started freaking out when, he did a wrestling video where he, overreacted, when The Rock beat CM Punk for the world title, and I thought it was really funny. I thought it was well done, but then I subscribed to him, and I unsubscribed for him because over the years I was like, I never watched these videos. He keeps making these videos with his grandfather, and then the grandfather died, and he made all these videos, and I was like, he's profiting off of the grandfather. I'm like, and he's just, I've heard things about him, and I was like, this guy is just not my kind of guy. I don't want to be subscribed to him. I'm sick of seeing him in my feed. I don't even watch his videos. And I saw people reacting, they were telling me, Boogie2988, stop hanging out with these guys. They're not, good people. Oh god, I really messed up there. Oh wow, wow, I messed up big time there. Spending most of my time running from balls here. And Yeah, so anyway, those were my opinions on, like, YouTubers and everything who I really like. I'm so sick of, like, people's careers, like, getting destroyed on YouTube and everything, and people, you know, getting into all these controversial situations. Like, can't any of these people just keep their nose clean and just make content? They always have to, like, be doing something, publicizing something, making a comment about something. Like, come on already. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, this is getting annoying. Oh, God, like... I don't think I even really understand this boss. I've beaten him so many times, but, like, I feel it's just out of luck, mainly. That, like, way he freezes you is just... It's more annoying than anything. Alright, that, like, saves a little bit of time. Oh, oh God. Oh, God. I didn't even make it to the boss there. Oh. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through this. I want to try to get to the boss already. I hate that boss. Alright, let's see now. Let's try to be a little bit more strategic here. So try not to touch him. Okay, he just went off screen. Oop. Okay, that was really bad. Oh, I didn't even hit him. Oh, come on. you gotta feel the way how that boss feels. It's just I don't even get it. Like, he just freezes you sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get it eventually. I know that, but very annoying boss. Alright, that's enough, Cloud. Come on. Hey, how many bolts of lightning is it gonna shoot? Alright, let me see here. What are we doing? Okay. Fire 1. Okay, don't let it touch me. Okay, we got 2 shots in. Ooh. Oh. Oh god, now he's doing this stupid pattern. Ah, come on. I hate this, like, when you can't move. Oh, come on. You saw that? One shot away. Oh, I got him. Good. That was a close one. So what made you want to start streaming on Twitch? Ever think of going live on YouTube where your subscriber base is? Yeah, but like I heard that it's just a waste of time on YouTube. Like the streaming is not good on there. Like all the major streamers, like there's no one really streaming on YouTube. Like YouTube gaming is like dead. I don't really see a lot of people on there. All the popular streamers are here on Twitch. That's why I came here. That's what most streamers do. They'll put like their streams on YouTube. That's why I'm doing it like this. I'm like learning from the best. But basically, why I start streaming? Well, because it's a fun thing. It's something I'm passionate about, games, and you know, I enjoy talking in YouTube videos. So I feel it's like the perfect combination. It's just I didn't have the proper equipment to do it, so now I do, so I can do it. It's long overdue in my estimation. I was saying that for a few streams now already. I'm just really happy now that I can do it. Alright, we're not going to do any checkpoints here. We don't really need that. Ooh, God, what the hell? That shouldn't have happened. Man, am I sick of these spike balls yet? I would say yes. Jesus, there's so many of them. Oh, damn. What's down here? Alright, this is gonna be a bit of a dangerous jump, but... Oh, yeah, this is a little bit of a secret over here. So it looks like you're gonna fall over there, but you can just walk into the darkness. Let me see something. Oh, great. I can't get in there because I'm little Wario. Isn't that great? So the game really makes you suffer here. So look at this. We're right near the castle. Oh, I forgot that there was this other part. Well, this is one of the shortest worlds in the game. We could go back for that stuff, but I don't want to do that. Because I think there's only 3 levels. I think after this we're on to the final boss of the game, which is Captain Syrup. It is very weird that, like, Captain Syrup looks more, I don't know. She just looks kind of out of place in the Mario universe, but, no. So this is kind of cool. You can kind of see like the beginnings of the castle right here. Alright, what's in this one? Alright, we got the rabbit ears. This might be a little risky with this thing going off. Yep, I figured. Yeah, well, alright, we'll do that. Because I kind of forget how this one is. See, that's something you don't really get too often in this game, the star. Okay, well, I really messed up there. Alright, let's try to get back to where I was previously. Let's see. Alright, I was like right around here, right? Yeah, I got past this. Okay, that wasn't even really that hard this stage. You know, for being the second to last stage, it's pretty simple. Alright, so we don't have all the treasures for the true ending, but here we go. Oh, this isn't the last stage. I thought that it was. Oh, okay. So there's a little bit more to this. I don't really remember this, but okay. Ooh. Those birds are a menace. I mean, they just like swoop in and, you know, you don't expect them to be there. Alright, this is where I died last time. Just wait for him to come. Come to Papa. Okay, that's what I did last time. I jumped for the power-up. I jumped right into the guillotines. He's got to be more careful when I get to that part. Ooh. really? Alright, we gotta be really careful this part because I keep on dying over here. Alright, let's definitely save over here. Alright, I think we're almost at the end. And then we'll be on the actual last level of the game. Oh, God. I didn't think I was... I thought there was some leeway there, at least. But the hitbox on the lava... Again. Alright, let's not die on this level. How about that? And there we go. And this is it. We're at the last level of the game. Yeah, we get some different music going here. Very fitting, I might say. Hey, I'm getting a lot of coins. This level's chock full of them. Alright, and I'm gonna show you how you're supposed to deal with this knight. Because he could be a real pain if you don't know how to deal with him. So you do this, jump up here. Wait, hit him, then jump up here again. Jump back down. He's gone. Alright, so oh god, come on. Well, here we are. There's Captain Syrup. And, this is... I have no power up. That's great. Oh, so here's the evil genie. This is the final boss of the game. Okay, so you get a cloud. Jump on his head. Ooh. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, the ghost was 10 times harder than him. Oh, and that's it. Oh, we beat Wario Land. We're not going to get the best ending. But, oh, look, there's the Princess Toadstool, Princess Peach statue. And, hey, look, there's Mario. So judging by how many coins and how much treasure you have, that's what affects the ending. So let's see what we end up getting. You gotta love Wario's expression here. Look at it. That ear-to-ear grin, the eyes. And the genie's back to being nice, right? It's like one wish What happened to 3? So Wario wants a castle, and judging by how much money you have, I think the treasure also has something to do with it. That's what affects what type of castle you get. So I'm not going to get anything great, as you could probably imagine. Yeah, okay, because these things are all worth money, so check this out. You could actually even end up with a birdhouse. That's even one of the possibilities. I probably won't get that, but I won't get anything. I think that's like if you have like almost no treasures. Alright, so just one more needs to be counted up, and then we could see what we end up with. Like, the bags have to, like, reach the top of the screen, I think. Alright, so I've got 3 bags. That's not really a lot. So I didn't even get a castle. I got a wood cabin. Oh, Wario's somewhat happy. Well, there you go, guys. That's Wario Land. So, that's the end of the stream for tonight. I think I've streamed quite enough. So anyway, guys, if you're watching this on Twitch, please subscribe to The Brad Rules on YouTube. And if you're watching it on YouTube, please subscribe to The Brad Rules live on Twitch. And thank you all for watching, guys. We beat Wario Land. We didn't do so well with R-Type. We didn't do good at all with Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. But I'd say we did pretty good here. We beat the game. But I'm way more familiar with this one and way better at it. And it's a lot easier. So guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.